Hello Branded, welcome to part 3. Today we'll go in depth into the Phoenix skills and see how we can improve our gameplay and what situations can we use them in. Again, if you found value in this vid, do support the channel by dropping a like and a sub. Alright, so let's get into it. We spoke about Phoenix Shift and Rising Flames sparingly in the last vid. Here's what I didn't mention. For Rising Flames, the description mentions recovery time is faster than most abilities, allowing for immediate follow-up strikes from the ground. Initially, I thought this has smaller recovery frames so I could do my attacks sooner, but it doesn't seem that way. Instead, I believe it means that because the cooldown is shorter, when you cycle through all your other skill, this skill will have refreshed and you can continue your offense. Besides that, on upgrade, you'll get additional hits with an extra 1 to 3 frames of animation. The good part about this is that the extra hits has higher chances of you scoring a parry, since it interrupts the enemy animation, and second, you get more time to charge your burning blade to continue your combo. Next, let's move into Scarlet Cyclone. So the basic stuff on upgrade is similar to Rising Flames, where it gets more hits. In this case, you get an extra spin. Instead of 2 spins, you get 3. Now for the special attribute of the skill, it says it can be exited while being knocked back, and doing so increases ability potency and shortens cooldown by 33%. This to me seems like a get out of jail free card for you to use in the future. Situation could be you're surrounded by enemies and you need a crowd control or pushback, or your enemies could do something like Mr. FF14 Ninja over here with his Katon. As you can see, I get a few hits and I can't do anything. But with Scarlet Cyclone, I can cancel it all together and reduce my cooldown, which in a way is kinda cool, so keep that in mind. This is just me guessing, but there might be situations in the future, especially in hunts, where you'll get hit by attacks where you're constantly staggered, and this is where Scarlet Cyclone will shine. Third is Heat Wave, so this skill is a definite must bring if you're ever facing hunts that use projectiles in the future. It counters the projectiles, and at level 1, if you do not counter anything, you'll get 1 shockwave. If you do counter a projectile, you get double the initial shockwave. So at level 2, initial shockwave is 2, and projectile parry, it becomes 4. Another cool thing about this, and I'm sure most of you are aware of it, is that the shockwaves actually take a bunch out of the stagger bar, so you can plan your battle around it. Finally, for the demo, we have Phoenix Shift. So Phoenix Shift, as I mentioned previously, is a gap closer. You can close in from the air to ground and ground to air for flying enemies or enemies you have lifted up in the air. Some key things about Shift Strike and Shift Shot is that there are 2 ways of doing it. The first method is you pressing the Phoenix Shift button and holding the respective buttons for fire and attack. But this method doesn't give you the flexibility to charge your moves or continue a combo as easily. The second method though involves you just tapping the respective buttons when you see the shift happening. That input will be locked in and Clive will do the respective strike or shot. With strike, you can then combo into a magic burst and into a full combo. With shot, you can charge your sword into burning blade and then do a combo for heavies. So those are the ways you can do it. The extender into magic burst though is very important and will be your bread and butter for quite some time early game. Alright, for the demo, that's the extent of what we have now for the Phoenix skills. The devs have actually shown 3 more Phoenix skills so far, which is Ignition, Wheel O the Wikes, and the strongest skill in the Phoenix class may be, which is called Flames of Reincarnation. I'll revisit these once the game is out. I hope this guide has made you aware of some of the options you have when in combat. The next video instead will be focusing on the Garuda skills, so stay tuned and keep having fun.